I will be creating this look for you right here and walking you guys through how to do everything from primer to foundation, lips, like everything. I'm gonna walk you through the full face, which normally I don't do, so if you are new here, I don't normally walk you through everything. I usually just keep it very specific to the tutorial, like very specific to the eyes or to the brows or to the complexion or whatever I'm trying to focus on in that video. This video, I'm gonna give you a little bit of everything because I figured I would just kind of put it all in one video for you guys. Quick disclaimer, obviously this is a very neutral look. In this video, I do talk about how doing neutral looks and things that are very classic is really good, I feel, for special occasions, because whenever you look back on it like 10, 15 years from now, you won't regret doing something that's very neutral and classic. However, express you, you know, be you. If you wear a lot more makeup than this on a regular basis and that's what you like to do, obviously go with that. If you like to wear green colors or black lips or whatever it may be, go with whatever expresses you. But this is just what I feel like majority of people want to do, or what majority of people would be comfortable with. That's what I kind of kept in mind for this video, just kind of enhancing that and kind of making it a little bit user-friendly. Like, we didn't do any liner today. We did do lashes, but I do say that you can skip that if you'd like. I'm just such a lash person, I have to have my lashes, so you could totally skip that if you'd like. Not everybody needs lashes or wants lashes, so obviously everything is subjective. So yeah, go with what you are comfortable with and what makes you feel like you. These are just some tips and recommendations for what I think would be great for your graduation day. So if you would like to see how I created this look, then let's just get right into it. I got this 10-piece brush set from BH Cosmetics because I'm really trying to up my brush collection right now so that I have more variety for you guys, because I really have a random brush collection. Like, it is just like a bunch of random stuff thrown together, so I'm trying to make it all make a little bit more sense. So yeah, I got this one from my local Riley Rose, so I'm going to be trying that out today. Alright, so I'm going to do full face today. So I'm going to start off with the Veil Primer from Hourglass, because more than likely I know that a lot of graduations start early in the morning and we need our makeup to last all day, or at least a good majority of the day. And this one I really find adds the most longevity to my makeup, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over. Alright, and then for foundation, I'm going to use this Dior Skin Nude Foundation because I really like, it just has a very like skin-like finish to it. I'm just going to use that. It's about like a sheer to medium coverage depending on how much you use of it. So I'm going to get about a medium coverage because I am going to be using concealer and stuff like that, which will add more coverage. And I want to use this new brush from BH Cosmetics. This is the 123 brush, and I'm just going to get that. I'm just going to start in the center of my face. So I just kind of want like an overall, a good wash of color. I'm not looking for super full coverage or anything like that, because the more product that you add, the more it's going to move around, because you just have layers on your face, and so it causes it not to like be able to set completely without you layering a bunch more product on top of it to set it in place. So just by using less product really helps to give like more longevity, contrary to popular belief. And I'm just kind of stippling some coverage where I have some breakouts here. And that is it pretty much for the foundation. First, I'm going to start with this e.l.f. concealer. I said that I probably would never use this again, but I actually found myself reaching for it whenever I'm looking for like a light coverage, you know, because it's very thin. It gives like a light wash of color, and then I'll just go in with my color corrector on top of it if I need to. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go in to my under eyes here. I'm going to take the number 128 from that BH Cosmetics kit, and I'm just going to blend that in. And then just taking a little bit of color corrector, I have been using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Longwear Camouflage Concealer. This is the shade 110. And I'm just going to take a smaller concealer brush. This is this 129 brush from that same collection. Very, very lightly, just give a light wash of that color on the very inner corners where I get my darkest. And then lastly, I'm just gonna take the highlighter side of that concealer and I'm just gonna kind of brush that right over that color corrector, just to give it a little pop of light right underneath the eyes here. So it adds a nice little bit of light reflection, which really helps to kind of like lift the eyes and brighten them up. I think I want to bring that just a little bit more on the outer portion here. I really like the effect that it gives, so I'm just gonna keep working with it. I'm gonna switch brushes back over to that first brush that I used. And then I'm just gonna use that highlighter down the center of my nose. I like this because it just gives like a really, really soft under radiance. This is the one product that I said I probably wouldn't reach for from my e.l.f. video, but I find that it's the perfect thing if you're just looking for a really natural kind of look, which we're not doing completely natural today, but I do want the skin to look very natural because who doesn't want their skin to look natural? And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Bare Minerals. This is the Mineral Veil Finishing Powder. I don't know if it has a shade. It does not have a shade. But I like this one because I'm just going to set my under eyes with it. And I like it because it has a slightly peachy tint to it, which is really great for keeping that like brightness underneath the eyes because it kind of has a little bit of color correction to it. And I'm just going to take the BH Cosmetics 125 brush. Just really patting that onto my under eyes. And then I'll just take a little bit of that and press it around the nose area. When I say a little bit, I mean just basically whatever is left over on my brush here. Just a very, very small amount so that we preserve that radiance and we don't have too much product on the skin. See how we still have like a really, really nice glow and we're not looking like powdery or anything like that? That's what you want. All right, I really like the shape of this brush and I'm really excited to use it. This is the BH Cosmetics 124 brush, and I actually have a new bronzer to play with today. This is the Paula Dorf Bora Bora bronzer, and it has a little bit of radiance to it. So I'm just gonna take that. I'm playing with lots of new products today. I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm just gonna pop that right into the natural hollows of my cheeks. Since there's gonna be like a lot of pictures and stuff like that, I would say try to keep the skin very, very natural because that way you don't look really heavy. I mean, everything is personal preference. For those of you who are looking to do something a little bit extra, I wouldn't go too crazy for everything. However, I would still like keep the skin looking very skin-like, so that it looks really nice in photos. But for the blush and the bronzer and everything like that, I would say you could be pretty heavy-handed with, because like all the flashes and everything from the cameras and all the fluorescent lights that I'm sure if it's like a large graduation, they all tend to wash you out because they're just bright. Like it just takes all the color out of your face. So I would say you could be pretty generous with your blush and bronzer and everything like that. It's usually like the first thing to start wearing off anyways, especially your blush. So I would say you could be pretty generous with it. And then I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and I just want to kind of clean up that bronzer a little bit. Got a little happy there. I especially like to get really heavy-handed with my bronzers and blushes because I'm very fair. So if that's the case for you, I highly recommend it. It gives you a lot of color, but if you already have a good tan, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. I have yet to use, ever in my life, I have yet to use the NARS Orgasm. So today is the day that I'm using it. So here it goes. Just going to pop that right on the apples of my cheeks and blend it back into my bronzer. I do like the gold reflect that it has, but I feel like I really have to build it up to really notice the pigment, and I feel that's partially because of that gold reflect. Like whenever the light hits it, it almost looks sheer on me because it has that gold reflect, and so it just kind of looks like my skin tone. I don't know how to explain it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, I guess. It's good. We'll see if I keep reaching for it. We'll see. Alright, let's add some highlight. And recently I have been using the e.l.f. highlighter. This is in the shade Moonlight Pearls. And I'm gonna take that on my BH Cosmetics 126 brush. I'm just gonna apply that to the tops of the cheekbones. Just kind of following the natural bone structure of your face. Now I like some really glowy skin, so I'm just gonna pile that crap on because I think that glow looks really beautiful in photos anyways, so if you want to pile that on, I say go for it. If you're not a big fan of glowy skin, then obviously you don't have to pile any on. You don't have to put any on, or you can put on more than me. Whatever you want to do. I really like these BH Cosmetics brushes so far. They are absolutely wonderful and beautiful and so soft, and they pick up my products so well, and they blend everything so well, and it doesn't feel like they're eating up my product and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, my nose is gonna drive me crazy. Alright, so now I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Pomade, and I use the shade Auburn. Wow, I'm using a lot of BH Cosmetics brushes in this. But this is a BH Cosmetics brush that came in a kit, that came in this casing that I got forever ago, but it's just like a small angled brush. It does not have a number or anything on it, so I cannot tell you exactly what it is. Just a small angled brush. You're fine. You'll be fine. Just have a small angled brush. Just start by underlining the brow, taking that all the way across into the arch. And then go in and define the arch. And voila, we have a brow. Got them brows now. I do recommend keeping it pretty soft and neutral. I wouldn't do anything, for those of you who don't wear a lot of makeup or who do wear a lot of makeup, don't do anything that's too different from what you normally do. I recommend doing something that's very classic, and this is the same thing that I tell brides. Like, if you wear like hardly any makeup on a regular basis, you don't want to go and do a full-blown smoky eye and winged liner and cut crease and everything. Like, I have a lot of brides come to me and they're like, well, I feel like I should go like all out for my wedding day. You can if you're comfortable with that, but if that's not how like your fiance is used to seeing you or your family's used to seeing you or anything like that, don't do something that's like not you. You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable with it, then yeah, of course you can do more, but don't feel like you need to do more for a special occasion. If it's not you, it's not you. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to do a little bit extra, I do recommend keeping it pretty neutral and pretty classic, so that way whenever you look back onto the photos like years from now, you won't be like, oh man, I really wish I didn't wear that bubblegum pink lip, or I wish I didn't wear that bright blue eyeshadow or something, or whatever the trend might be that might not be so trendy in a decade or so. You know what I'm saying? So I am going to dip into, this is the Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani palette. It's just a neutral palette. I just inherited this, somebody gave it to me, and I just think it's a really good basic nude palette. It's limited edition, you cannot get it anymore, but there are so many colors like these in so many other palettes, so don't even worry about getting this exact palette. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. eye primer and just apply that all over my lids. And if you are going to be doing your makeup yourself, I am going to try to keep this pretty simple. I'm just going to pat that in with my finger. And then using a Sephora Pro tapered crease brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade Stark. I'm gonna start off with the shade Stark right here just to start a nice transition. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Zone. I'm gonna get in the zone, calzone zone. And I'm also just gonna brush that right into the crease, starting very, very light-handedly. And like I said, I want to keep it pretty soft and neutral, so that's really all I'm going to do in the crease, because I just wanted to kind of like define the crease a little bit. So now I'm gonna go into the shade Pop right here. I do think it's a great idea to do a soft sparkle, because since you will be like walking across the stage and then of course photos again, having something that can really catch the light can really help to brighten and open up the eyes, and it just looks pretty. Glitter is just, it's just pretty. So I'm gonna take the number 6 brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna pop that right onto the lid here. If you are going to use this shade, be wary. It does seem to have quite a bit of fallout. And then I'm going to take the shade Blonde right here, and I'm just going to take that on my pinky finger and pop that into the inner corners. Oh, that's a really pretty shade. I think I also want to take that shade just right onto my brow bone. So I'm going to take the Delium Tools 776 brush to do that. Just a light dusting. And then I'm going to take the Sephora Precision Smudge Brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Plum here. I'm just going to take that all along my lash line. This is going to give it a little bit of a smoky effect without us using liner. You could totally use liner if you wanted to, but I like the softness of just kind of smudging an eyeshadow onto your lash line. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I do it on clients literally all the time, because I also find that that's easier to recreate. Like, winged liner is great, but not everyone is good at winged liner. Winged liner is not an easy thing to do. I do like the idea of just kind of using an eyeshadow to give you that smoky effect and also a little bit of definition without you having the challenge of doing a winged liner. And I find that it gives a much more like sultry effect, you know? I just like to take that and kind of extend it out. You can even bring it up into the crease a little bit. And I'm just gonna take that first brush that I used and just blend out that edge right there. See how it gives like a really, like it gives that smoky effect, but it also gives a lot of definition to the eye. So like literally you could throw on mascara from here. I mean, maybe pop on a little bit more underneath, throw on mascara and call it a day. I am going to apply lashes because I love lashes, but yeah, I totally think that you could just throw on a little bit underneath, throw on some mascara, apply your lip, and call it a day. I really like to bring it just barely up into this outer portion of the crease here, like just to kind of melt it into the crease, because that way it gives like this lift to the eye and it doesn't look like it just like stops right here. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feels like it lifts the eye a little bit. So now I'm going to take a separate precision smudge brush and I'm just going to take that Zone shade, bring it right underneath the eye. And I think whenever you know you're going to be having a lot of photos taken, honestly going heavier on the lash line, in my opinion, looks really good. So I am going to take a little bit of that Punk shade on the lower lash line as well. But just a smidge. I do find that it helps to give a lot more definition to the eye, and I'm just using the very tip of that brush just to keep it a little bit tighter to the lash line. You could totally stop right there, but I think I do want to take just a tiny bit of the Blackout shade. I'm just going to use my Delium Tools 780 brush to apply that, and I'm just going to keep that really tight to the lash line up here. Just literally basically putting it in between my lashes. This will bring a little bit more depth. And then going back to the Pro Smudge brush. Just smudging that into the punk shade. Using a little bit of the black shade will also lay down a nice base for the lashes to go on top if you are planning on doing lashes. Okay, so it stopped recording for a second and I needed to let my SD card cool down for a second. So I just applied my Smashbox Superfan mascara. That's literally all you missed. Now we're gonna apply some lashes, and I wanted to show you guys the packaging on this because look, it's like a little lollipop. It's so cute. These are the Lash Pop lashes, and this is in the shade Zero Money. So I'm just gonna open those up. This will be my first time trying them. They are so cute and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, they are really glued on there. Goodness gracious. The only thing about this packaging that's a little bit like, how do I know which side is supposed to go on which side, especially with these lashes, because it looks like they kind of taper in and out, so I guess either side could go on either. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I feel like this is the inner corner. Oh my god, these lashes are freaking gorgeous. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. I do feel like I need to trim them just a smidge, but I am obsessed. I am obsessed. So I am gonna trim off just a little, just one little cluster of the lash right here. Freaking look at those. I can't, you guys. These are so beautiful. What the heck? I'm so excited that I got these, and I feel like these are gonna be my new favorite. If these are comfortable, these are gonna be my new favorite. I can just tell you right now, they are so much more beautiful than I thought they were gonna be. Where's my lash glue? Oh my gosh. I need to get these on my eyeball right now. Whenever I bought these, I went to ask the sales associate, I was like, how much are these? Because they looked so cute. And she was like, they're $9 and I'm wearing them right now. She was like so excited about it. And I was like, okay, then I know that these are good lashes. And she was right. These are freaking gorgeous. I'm so excited. Whenever you find a good pair of lashes, you're like, life has come full circle. Life has come full circle. I figured it out. So I've officially found my purpose in life, and it is to wear these lashes. That's it. That's what I meant to do with my life. I'm not going to be making YouTube videos anymore because I'll just be too busy wearing these lashes. Sorry. These lashes, they're so curly, which is why I think I love them. Like, they're just like sticking straight up. They kind of give you like that doll-eyed look, you know what I'm saying? Which I freaking love. Probably a little bit more dramatic than some of you would like to wear on your graduation. Maybe not. Maybe you guys are like, yes, those are for me. What the heck? For me, these are like an everyday and special occasion, and like wedding, prom, special event, birthday. Like, these lashes are my life right now, and they're so light and feathery and so freaking comfortable. I cannot get over it. So for the lip color, I do recommend doing something that gives you a little bit of color but isn't like too bold. I would say either match your graduation gown like perfectly, unless you have like a crazy color, like if it's green or blue or something. Like, I'm all for the green and the crazy colored lipsticks, and I say do what expresses you always. But if you have like a crazy color or something like that and you don't want to wear that color lipstick, I say either match the gown exactly, like if it's a red gown or like a burgundy gown or something like that, like match the gown exactly or as close as possible, or go with something that will kind of complement anything. I'm gonna go with like a rosy tone. This is kind of like a rosy toned liquid lipstick, and I definitely would recommend doing something long wearing, since you'll probably be doing a lot of talking and probably eating afterwards and stuff like that. So this is it's an Ofra long lasting liquid lipstick in the shade Ipsy Unzipped. So I'll just apply that. Alright, and since we need this to last forever, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Mist, and we're just going to drench ourselves. That setting spray gets you sometimes because it disperses so softly that it doesn't even feel like it's hitting your face, and then you realize you're like, oh, I went a little bit overboard with that. Alright you guys, so that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. So we have really like radiant, glowing skin, but skin that still looks like skin so that it looks really nice in photos. And yeah, lots of glow so that the light catches it nicely, whether you're walking across stage or you're just worried about how it'll look in photos or whatever it may be. I think that this will look really nice. And then we have soft smokiness on the eyes and a nice neutral lip, but it still gives us color so that it still stands out. That is pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed everything and I hope that you learned something new. Let me know if you're going to try this look out for your graduation, or if you are going to kind of follow the basic guidelines but you're going to tweak it a little bit. Let me know. I would love to hear, or you could just use it for any special event, honestly, wedding, anything like that, attending a wedding. Let me know what you guys think and let me know what you would like to see in my next tutorial. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell before you leave, because what's the point of subscribing if you don't know when I'm gonna upload? So you better get those notifications. I will see you all in Wednesday's wear test. Thanks for watching. Bye. And I have yet to use the NARS. I almost said NORS. So for the makeup, we've already done half of it.